This is Rush Limbaugh, and I hope Obama fails. I bloody hope Obama fails. This is Rush Limbaugh, and I feel like I've taken a lot of really bad drugs. I've taken really bad drugs and made a lot of really bad decisions in life, and now I hope Obama fails. That's how much I love America. You are watching Austin's beloved Perry Logan, who ended this whole Republican thing, damn his hide, in bad drugs. This is Rush Limbaugh, and I hope Obama fails. I bloody hope Obama fails. This is Rush Limbaugh, and I feel like I've taken a lot of really bad drugs. I've taken really bad drugs and made a lot of really bad decisions in life, and now I hope Obama fails. That's how much I love America. Hi, this is Rush Limbaugh, proving to you that right-wingers are degenerates, that right-wingers hate America, that anybody who hates liberals is a degenerate, and I hope Obama fails. And I hope the Democrats fail. And I hope the economy goes down the toilet. I hope the Great Republican Depression is the worst depression ever, and I hope it fails, and I hope a lot of Americans get hurt, and I hope a lot of people get hurt, and I hate America, and I hope Obama fails. Yeah, I said it, I feel better. I feel better. Do not visualize me naked. I wouldn't even do that. No sane person would do that. Don't do that. No! You are watching Austin's beloved Perry Logan, who ended this whole Republican thing, damn his hide, in bad drugs. Speaking of bad drugs, this whole Obama thing is like bad drugs for me. I feel like I really had an overdose of some really awful, terrible narcotic, which had blackened my heart to my fellow Americans and caused me to wish ill upon their beloved new president.
Oh my God!
A president who, compared to the president who preceded him, is as a god.
I just had another flashback. Everybody likes Obama, but as right-wingers, Republicans, alienated white guys, we're the only ones who want Obama to fail. Tonight, Perry Logan is going to tell you about a bad drug going around, my friends, which causes people, especially alienated white guys, to hope their beloved new president fails. To hope that the new God-like President Barack Obama fails.
Can you believe it? Republicans want America's beloved new president, Barack Hussein Obama, to fail. Yes, they've had some kind of bad drug. And now a public service announcement about bad drugs.
Hi, this is Charlie Manson. I'm here to talk about bad drugs. I hope Obama fails. Me and my pal Rush Limbaugh, we hope Obama fails. We're alienated white guys. We've had a really bad drug that causes us to want America's beloved new president to fail. But hey, what do you expect? I'm Charlie Manson. I'm a sick puppy. Rush is a sick puppy, right, Rush?
Right, Charlie. We're all sick puppies. We've had a bad drug.
Yeah, we're all sick puppies. We've had a bad drug.
Hi, this is Ann Coulter. I've had the bad drug too. Yes, I hope that America's beloved new president, the godlike Barack Hussein Obama, who makes me faint with sexual desire, Barack Obama, who makes me, Ann Coulter, virtually faint with overwhelming sexual passion, overwhelming I was just kidding. Barack Obama, who is so handsome he makes my face melt. Barack Obama, who is so handsome he makes my face melt. Don't listen to me, I've had bad drugs. I've had the bad drug that seems to have been slipped into the water of every alienated right-winger. And now we hope Obama fails. And of course, if you hope Obama fails, you hope America fails. That means Republicans hope America fails. Repeat after me. Republicans hope America fails.
And now, ex-President George W. Bush, the man who was never really president. Ex-quote President George W. Bush sings, "I was a terrorist's wet dream."
Hi, yo. Hi. Hey, I'm still not president. Hi, it's January 29th, 2009. It looks like you had some kind of really bad drug. I know all about it. Republicans, surprisingly enough, seem to have all taken a bad drug. Who would have thought? They took a bad drug that makes them hope our beloved new president, you know, the one who was like really elected. You know, difference between me and Barack Obama is like the difference between a satyr and a god. Look at me, like an unholy Saturn. Look at Obama.
Like a god.
Look at me again. Compare and contrast. I'm like a dirty old Satyr with a booger in my nose. A dirty old Satyr with a booger in my nose.
And look at Barack Hussein Obama, America's beloved, God-like president. Oh my God, America is saved!
I'm sorry. I was having a drug hallucination. I'm off on my farm, cutting brush and taking drugs. Just like all Republicans down here without a power, there's nothing for us to do but badmouth the president and take a lot of drugs. Badmouth the president, bugger a lot of children, and take a lot of drugs. That's what we Republicans plan to do. Now that we're out of power, is badmouth the president, take a lot of drugs, bugger a lot of children, and die! I'm just kidding. I'm on drugs. All Republicans are on drugs until further notice.
Your attention, please. All Republicans are on drugs until further notice.
This is the voice of control. All Republicans are on drugs until further notice. This is an order. This means you. Disobedience means death. Disobedience means death.
Bad drugs, bad drugs,
Sorry, it's January 29th. Hello. Chill. Hey, having some fun here, trying to cheer you up. Here's what's going on. It's November 29th, 2009. Come closer. Come closer. No, closer still. It's November 29th, 2009. Thank you for watching. Why am I whispering? Hey, I am kidding around, okay? Hey, now, listen. I thought you might enjoy a good drug metaphor.
A good drug metaphor, bad drugs. You see, it is indeed November 29th, excuse me, it is indeed January 29th, 2009. I'm always confused, always lost in time. As we work to fight off the tsunami of what I think could justly be called
The Great Republican Depression.
That's the new term here. That's the term of the day as we go along here. Don't let the bad drugs stop you from joining in the drill. Okay. No, it looks to me, is what I'm saying, that a few of us are hoping Obama fails. Could I just point out that we have a lot of indicators that Republicans are less than patriotic. Well, I think the drugs are taking effect. Hi, we're doing a drug metaphor here. It looks to me like there are a few Americans, or they call themselves Americans, who dare to hope our beloved new president fails. It can only be a drug. Hey, it could only be a drug. The idea here is simply that there's this kind of someone slipped a bad drug to the Republicans. And they have now openly admitted that they hope Obama fails. Do you hope Obama fails? Let's put it this way.
Do you hope Obama fails? Then you, my friend, have had some horrible bad luck. Bad luck.
Let's hope the effects wear off soon. But we have objective evidence. As of this recording, we just passed the stimulus package. You see what I mean? There's a drug thing going on here. Okay, but in all seriousness, the Democrats, of course, now in control, are doing things completely differently from the Republicans in defiance of Alex Jones. This is Perry's microphone, Alex, and me and Perry want you to know we're really sorry the Democrats and Obama are behaving completely differently from the Republicans in defiance of you. Hey, I would like to thank my microphone. Look, in all seriousness, I would say you would have to be kind of like do some industrial strength cherry picking not to see that the Democrats have changed everything all at once. We've got a stimulus package going. I'm just kind of hoping against hope. I'm hoping that this stimulus package does what it's supposed to, which is something completely different from what any Republican would do, in complete defiance of Alex Jones. Is it possible? And I would like to just take a moment here to get something off my chest.
I want to get one thing off my chest, alright? If you don't understand that bad drugs is a metaphor, I'm just gonna beat the shit out of you.
And Perry Logan is brutally beating up the audience. Look at this. This is by far the most savage beating I've ever seen a political pontificator inflict upon his loyal followers. Logan seems to be really mad. It's as if some of us had taken some sort of bad drug, and he's beating them up for not understanding the metaphor of bad drugs.
And if there's one thing that infuriates Perry Logan, is people
who don't get metaphors.
Oh, I feel better. Oh, what's that? What the hell is this?
Wow, looks like the drugs are starting to take effect. Please relax, the drugs are starting to take effect. Hi, my friends, you're caught in a trippy metaphor in which we realize that the people who are posing as our friends and neighbors, the right, are actually and openly hoping our beloved new president fails. Now,
should we tolerate these people in our midst? I ask again, should we tolerate these people in our midst?
of course not. But I perceive some of you are looking lost and confused and don't know a real bad drug from a metaphorical one. And have lost... but I noticed some of you seem a little confused. Some of you seem to have lost track of the distinction between reality and fantasy. And to remedy this, we will now review the show so far.
This is Oscar Wilde. It is the great Perry Logan who single-handedly ended this whole Republican thing, who said it's as if Republicans had taken a bad drug. As Perry Logan says, the worst thing that can happen to Republicans is that they get into power. Another thing Perry says is, the dumber the right-winger, the smarter he thinks he is. What a clever fellow. Another thing that Perry Logan says is, show me someone who hates liberals, and I'll show you a degenerate. I wish I had the 10th of Perry Logan's wit.
Something's wrong with the system. I think there's been a system failure. That was not the show so far, by any stretch of the imagination. I believe the system is failing. I believe the system is failing. I believe.
Are you straight?
Or have you had a metaphorical bad drug that causes you, really and truly, I want you to think about what a heinous, what a heinous situation we find ourselves in. And it isn't just that the big, Republican depression is coming on. Methinks the big Republican depression is coming on. They apparently just broke their own record in screwing up. You see? Don't you remember? It all started with Reagan. He broke all records for screwing up.
I mean, if you count little things like money hemorrhaging out of the country as a screw-up, as I do, and you know, money hemorrhages out of the country when Republicans are presidents, it gets worse with each president. It was reversed. This is the interesting thing. It was reversed under Bill Clinton. And back again with George W. Bush. Wow. I would think that people would want the Democrats to succeed, whether you're a Democrat or not, you see, because if the Democrats don't succeed, I don't know, I think the whole republic may go down the tubes. That's something to think about. I mean, if you look at the big picture. I mean, the Republican screw-ups of the last 8 years are beyond the imagination of God.
The screw-ups of the last 8 years are beyond the imagination of God.
Well, metaphorically speaking, we're using a lot of figurative language here. It's time to look around and say, is it acceptable? I'm calm. Is it acceptable to have this, 20 or so percent of Americans rooting for another depression, rooting for the depressions? I'm sorry, but if you took a Republican to a movie and it took him to a melodrama, the Republican would be rooting for the bad guy. The Republican would be rooting for the guy with the, I'm sorry, they would be rooting for the bad guy, I guess, because right now you see people like Rush. Tell him, Rush.
Perry, I can't talk right now. I'm on a bad drug.
And
Barry, I can't talk right now. I'm fainting with sexual desire for Barack Hussein Obama, our godlike new president.
oh, okay. Thank you for sharing, Ann. All right, well, thank you. Thank you all for sharing. Who else? George?
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, well, there's no doubt about it. I know all about the bad drugs, literal and metaphorical. And I, George W. Bush, am kind of hoping Obama fails. I'm kind of hoping our godlike president, compared to whom I am as a mere degenerate satyr, a mere degenerate, page-buggering, drug-taking Republican satyr, an incompetent Republican traitor war criminal. I'm going along with Perry on this one. I hope Obama fails. It's a bad drug situation.
Okay, fine. Now that he's not president, he's leveling with us. The dominant paradigm is very much to say that the Democrats are responsible, partly responsible. Okay. No. That's the dominant paradigm. You're supposed to question the dominant paradigm, all right? Now listen to me. Hey, you're supposed to question the dominant paradigm, all right? All right. Well, it doesn't work very...
I'm screwing up and it's all your fault.
And Perry Logan is once again beating the crap out of the viewer. What kind of show is this? He's so mad.
It's almost as if he had a bad drug.
Look at him dish it out. This has got to be the most violent talk show ever. Or am I on bad drugs?
You can't question the dominant paradigm if you don't know what the dominant paradigm is. Now look what you've done. I've turned into a dummy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Perry Logan is very upset. He has turned into a dummy. The dominant paradigm is the one that you don't know is the dominant paradigm. You think it's your ideas. Listen to me and memorize every word I say. You can't question the dominant paradigm if you don't bloody know what the dominant paradigm is. I get so mad. And it's your fault I turned into a dummy. Now, this is Perry Logan. I've turned into a dummy because you couldn't question. You didn't even know. Because you didn't even know what the dominant paradigm is. The dominant paradigm, don't you see, is to cut the Democrats in on a share of the blame. We've got to put the blame squarely on those bad drug users, the Republicans.
Okay.
Hey, wait a minute. These people are posing. Come on. These people are posing as our friends and neighbors. How dumb can you be? We might want to start questioning the patriotism of our right-wing friends. Now, as I'm sure you recognize and can see in a trice, I'm turning the tables on the right who are not so nice. They're not so nice, they're always calling everyone a traitor. When they get upset, they will call anyone a traitor. Now we know why. It's like a smoke screen. It's like a classic psychological smoke screen. Since they got into power, everything's gone bad. And they're now posing as our neighbors and friends and hoping everything goes bad. It's like Rush says.
That's right, Perry. I have openly and publicly said I hope Obama fails. It's the judge talking.